It's a beautiful day out here. I want to welcome you guys to my stream. Today's episode is going to be on why you should take psychedelics and what psychedelics have to do with human potential, your potential. I've been working with psychedelics for over 10 years personally, and I've shared a lot of my information with close friends and family. And now I feel like I should share it with more people. It's not a secret that psychedelics are beneficial for folks wanting to treat certain mental disorders. People use it for recreational bases like concerts, having a good laugh. And I think that with more people like me sharing their experiences with psychedelics, not only will it maybe open some folks up who haven't tried it, but touch those who have to explore a deeper connection with these substances that we do love recreationally. When it comes to why anyone should partake in anything, it's not for it to be a cure-all. It's not so that you do it every day or every week. It's not something you do every year. But it's something that you should do when you find yourself off the beaten path. Whether that be in a rut, in the best day of your life. There's no one who shouldn't be using psychedelics in some way or another medicinally. And the reasons behind that is because it allows for a greater flow of energy inside that otherwise we may be lacking and or not using our full potential to our greatest advantage. And when I talk about a human's greatest potential, we're not talking about the amount of money to be made or the amount of security to be had. We're talking about the human potential to feel something in your body that without a lot of practice you may otherwise go your whole lifetime without feeling. Go many lifetimes without feeling. The human potential is finding gratitude. And gratitude is something I want to touch on heavily only because gratitude can raise our level of vibration beyond any substance, beyond any action. It's a feeling of knowing that you're grateful for where you're at right now. And this is hard for many people. I myself struggle with anxiety. I don't know a friend who doesn't struggle with anxiety, substance abuse of some sort, trying to escape something. We don't have a lot of power over our brains. And that because not many of us have practiced, not many of us have asked ourselves the questions we need to ask ourselves, not many of us have connected to the parts of our deeper psyche that we usually don't share with others. I think that the reason you should use psychedelics, whether it be recreationally, microdoses, a more spiritual practice. Right now our planet is lacking in a lot. Humans are lacking in a lot. We fill our life up with Netflix, Instagram reels, you name it, we fill it. And as much as that's all well and good, we're missing out in each and every moment, a moment to connect with the beauty around us, the beauty within us, and everything in between. This video is for those who have maybe used psychedelics, think that they're pretty familiar, This video is for those who have never used psychedelics and are curious on the idea. What my channel will be about is the many different times that I've used these products and how I've evolved in my usage. I don't think that I know best. I don't think anyone can really know best for what is for us individually. However, I do know that after many trials and tribulations, I found a good way to use psilocybin mushrooms without becoming addicted to the product and or adverse to the product, and we don't want that anymore because of a bad experience. I want to be a guide for those who haven't used this product before. I want to be a guide for those who have used this product before but are looking to dive a little deeper, to reach levels of the psychedelic awareness that they may have touched in glimpses, maybe felt some sort of shimmer in their body that made them tingle. But the true human potential through psychedelics is unmatched to what most of us surround ourselves with. Not to say that Grateful Dead, Pink Floyd, Jimi Hendrix, you name it, I've listened to it. There's nothing you can find on Reddit or any forum that I have not listened to and given a try to, whether it be electronic music like Bass Nectar, folk music like Steven Sturgill, Grateful Dead, Fish, The Beatles, Kraftwerk, Alt J, Tame Impala. There's a lot of amazing music. And no one says that it's not amazing with psychedelics. I 100% know that there's an amazing time with it. I've listened to it. I've experienced it. Do I think that there's music that goes beyond the best Grateful Dead live album? Do I think that there's music that goes beyond the best Beethoven, the best Johann Sebastian, the best music that you could think of? Tool? Why not? There's music that doesn't incorporate language. There's music that is very much for the vibrational tuning of human beings. In these later episodes, we're going to be deep diving into some of the playlists I've set up, how I think people should use psychedelics, how to find a deeper connection to psychedelics, how to talk and or understand some of the things that are happening in these moments of bliss, gratitude, or fear, whatever your trips usually consist of. If there's anything that you should take from this video today, is that psychedelics aren't just recreational. They aren't just medicinal. They are something that can be used in a variety of ways. I think that everyone knows what's best for them, and I think that for many of us, especially if we haven't used it, it's the foreign aspect of not knowing what it might feel like, not knowing what it might do, that very much turns us away from giving it a chance. But I promise, not a mother, not a grandmother, not a grandfather can go wrong in trying psychedelics under the right set and setting. And it's not for anyone but yourself to try these products out. It's not for your family, it's not for your close friends or your partner. Psychedelics is a self journey. It's a journey of self-discovery. It's a journey of going outside the comfort zone of our regular thinking minds. Um, One of the most beautiful things that I have found about psychedelics is that no matter how you use them, it will give you a glimpse of something that you otherwise may not be susceptible to noticing. And it's not to say that if you live a pleasant life, if you eat the right foods, if you mind your P's and Q's, and you feel that you're a fit human, that you shouldn't give these substances a go-ahead, because you never know. Even in the best of the best, there's always something more to grow into. And although it's not something you need every day, it's not something you need every month, I know that it is something that in today's society, with the things that we have holding us back from our human potential, that with the indoctrination of what we go through with the education system, with having to pay rent, with having to pay for food, with having to survive, struggle to survive, many of us are. And in the struggle for survival, it's very hard for us to find a moment to relax. It's hard for us to find a moment to unwind, disconnect with what may be stressing us, because it's real life. You don't pay your things are going away. And since we don't live in a go happy society, it's understandable that you may not want to get off on psychedelics on your time off when you have things to take care of. But what is so amazing about today's society is that what you'll find in these moments of relaxation with psychedelics is that this is what you've been looking for. This is the ticket. This is the golden serum. An enlightenment that allows us to not only realize where we may be putting energy we shouldn't, it lets us know where we can maybe put energy back into ourselves, into our current surroundings, to better promote our waking sober life. Whether it be alcohol, cannabis, tobacco, there's not a soul that I know who is not using something to escape. And if we have time to escape in a manner that doesn't provide any wealth and wellness to our psyche and soul, then we might as well have some time for substances that we may otherwise not want to use, for substances that may seem taboo. Psychedelics is for you, Grandma. It's for you, Mom. It's for you, brother. It's for those folks who, as much as they think that they're on the rightful path, there is something so right about taking time for ourselves, connecting with nature some way, somehow, connecting with our psyche, taking a moment to unwind, to let go. These are all things that, although we may see it as the light at the end of a dark tunnel, no shift, no job, no heartache is worth what we deserve to give ourselves. And what I mean by that is, if you have time to stress, if you have time to wander, if you have time to do things that otherwise you wouldn't want to do, then you have time to try out psychedelics. You have time to go deeper into your psyche, not so that you are a Buddhist monk, but so that you are a human being walking through life with nothing but compassion for those around you, compassion for yourself, compassion for the environment. As much as it may not seem like much, I know, because it's not a Ferrari, it's definitely not a Lamborghini. It's just free things, and free's never been fun. But when we can truly be grateful for these free things, it's amazing how good the non-free things can feel. And I want every brother and sister and acquaintance out there who wants to find some sort of reason for anything, being able to take a small step to the discovery of gratitude can lead you onto a wonderful path of what's best for you. On the next episode, I'm going to dive into what I think the best set and setting for taking psychedelics is, how I think that psychedelics can be taken to not only have a deeper experience, but a more enjoyable experience, because I know that everyone has their own thoughts and opinions on things, but nobody doesn't benefit from true relaxation, true gratitude for the moment that they're in, and pure wealth of every deep breath that they take from here on out. Talk soon.